Send check or money order to the address on your screen.
Yes! I'm almost done with high school. You know, people are always asking me, are you excited to graduate? And I just don't see why I wouldn't be. I mean, I get it, people are trying to have a conversation, but it's not like I'm going to say no. I may actually be one of the only people to ever live to actually enjoy their high school experience, and it's all thanks to JFK. But back to graduation. I'm kind of anxious about the college level workload, but then again, maybe I'll learn something more useful than the answer to what year was the 23rd Amendment ratified? Yeah, I don't really need to know that. I did learn a lot in language arts this year, though. Just what you'd expect, reading and writing skills. I've also got this senior reflection project thing to do. I forgot when that's due. Probably months from now. They do ask some pretty vague questions. Here's the first one.
Reflect on the learning that you acquired in this class.
Okay.
What do you now know that you didn't at the start of your senior year?
Well, I now know how to write a highly professional APA essay, not the middle grade trash that I would have written without what I had learned this semester. During my research, I noticed that there really are so many more problems with this world than first meets the eye. Children are being abused and neglected, groups of innocent people are still being discriminated against. It's comforting to know that people care, so I don't necessarily have to, because I'll use my newfound writing skills to make my readers care for me. Okay, this is question 2.
Which units were extremely valuable and why?
I don't know about any particular unit being extremely valuable. No unit made a bigger impact on my life than another. I think education as a whole should be considered extremely valuable. I don't think it's right to call any part of this class more valuable than another. All of the units are valuable. Why? Because I learned something from each and every one of them.
What deep connections did you make?
Well, with the student-taught lesson about the misconceptions of different groups of people, I did manage to sort of tap into my past when I researched how some young brainiacs got to that point in their life. I could never regret looking that up, and frankly, I'm really glad that I did. Question 3.
How did your reading strategies improve?
Well, I don't know. We didn't do a whole lot of reading in this class, and not even that much for homework. If my reading skills did improve, and they did, it would be in the field of researching and comprehension. I can pick out pieces of information from an article and understand it better now than I've ever been able to.
What kind of reader are you now, and what was your journey like as a critical academic reader?
This class hasn't changed the foundation of how I read. I'm no different kind of reader now that I've taken this class. It's merely enhanced the way that I examine my material. Maybe if it had changed the kind of reader I am, I could talk about some kind of academic journey, but it just hasn't quite come to that. Nevertheless, this class has helped me with my reading skills in general. Question 4.
How did your writing improve?
This, of all things, is probably what has improved the most this year. I've learned many new writing strategies, processes, tips, and tricks. All of these have allowed me to become the new and better writer that I am today.
What type of writer are you now, and what was your journey like as a critical, fluent, academic writer?
Actually, my entire style of writing has changed. It's more clear, more organized, and I can write much more relevant information down instead of mere filler words. Without a doubt, compared to the beginning of the year, I'm practically a whole new student. Question 5.
How did your speaking skills improve?
With the speech and the anti-stereotype lesson, I can say that my speaking skills have taken a big jump. I learned not only how to instruct and persuade better, but also how to keep a listener's attention longer.
Where did you succeed, and where did you struggle?
I may not have struggled in the panicky sort of way, but I struggled when I wrote my speeches. I struggled to write as well as I possibly could have, and to present my finished product with as much clarity and charisma as I can handle. This is where my success lied, past the obstacles that my struggles have overcome. Question 6.
How did your critical thinking skills improve?
You know what? Every aspect of my schoolwork has improved above and beyond what I thought it could go to. Critical thinking is no exception. I can give so many more diverse angles to answering questions now that I've found the tactics to do so.
How did you demonstrate your learning as a critical thinker?
I have demonstrated it in my essays, my classwork, my group assignments, even outside of class. This class has made me a more dynamic person. Question 7.
What challenges did you face this year, and how did you overcome them?
The first major essay we were assigned this semester was a 1,500-word essay, right off the bat. And then another 1,500-word essay was assigned right after that. Shortly thereafter, we were given the dreaded 2,500-word essay. Then came more assignments, eventually leading up to this. I overcame these challenges by strapping myself in for the ride and not stopping until it was finished. I completed everything that was thrown at me and didn't skip anything just because I didn't want to do it. Doing this in school, I think you can overcome any challenge. Question 8.
How did you deal with criticism? What have you learned about yourself?
Not even the best of us are perfect. Nobody can truthfully say that they are. My work was sometimes criticized, and I didn't just back up and ignore it. I thought about their suggestions, and I adapted them to what I was working on. They very well may have saved my grade in the end. I learned that I can't just rely on my own knowledge and opinions to make the cut, and that criticism is not just a part of school, but also a big part of life. Question 9.
Describe your successes this year and how you helped others succeed and reach their goals.
Every A that I received on an assignment this year, that's a success. Every A that I helped one of my classmates receive on one of their assignments this year, that's a success. If excelling far past the set standards for a passing grade, with flying colors, even on the littlest things, counts as a success, then I, as well as every single graduating senior I know, has succeeded. Question 10.
What goals did you set for yourself? How did you meet them?
At the start of the year, I told myself, as long as you get through it and graduate, you'll be just fine. Of course, my parents wanted straight A's, and I thought, man, that's never going to happen. I didn't actually set that goal for myself until recently. I saw how easy it really was to get a perfect report card. I haven't met this bold goal yet, but when I do, it'll be because I simply did the work. It doesn't get simpler than that. Question 11.
What's in store for you now that you're leaving high school?
Put simply, I'm 14 years old and I'm graduating high school this month. Now, I don't want to attend a full-time university when I can't drive, so what I'm going to do is take a bunch of RCC classes for the next 2 years. When that's all done, hopefully I can transfer into a good university as a junior by the time I'm 17. I'll get my master's degree in computer science, find a job in game design or software engineering, and life will be just peachy. And finally, question 12. What will you remember the most about your senior year, and why? A lot has happened this year. People say it's the easiest year of high school. You can decide if that's true or not for yourself. I personally don't like to think of my senior year as easy or hard. I would like to remember my senior year as the most enjoyable year of high school. If graduating from college is anything like graduating from high school, I wouldn't change a thing. I said before that I don't see why I wouldn't be excited to graduate high school. This senior year and this project has made me think about that. I realize that my senior year isn't about finally being done. Your freshman, sophomore, and junior year might be, but your senior year, it's about enjoying what you have left of high school. Am I excited to graduate? You bet. Am I going to miss high school? Maybe. Was my senior year one of the best years of my life, and did JFK make it all possible? I don't see why not. This is Brett Johnston. Thank you for watching.